So it's to stop your growth, and it is to do so like without it being super duper obvious, because it really is one of those things where it's just like it's gradual, where depending on what you experience, it'll be something where it's just like you're praying, you're worshiping, you're whatever, and then here somebody comes and they just get in front of you and they slam and they slam on their brakes, and now you slam on your brakes. And maybe you don't cuss them out in your mind, in your heart, or even in your car, or shake an angry fist at them or anything like that. But it shocked you and shifted your attention and your focus from where you were in worship and sitting in God's presence to now thinking about that. Maybe even depending on where you're at with it, with being mindful of your mind and where it goes. Maybe now you're ruminating over it a little bit. Maybe maybe you're seething a little bit. Maybe now you're thinking about all the things that, kind of irritated you throughout the day, but you didn't go back to worshiping and praying. You didn't go back to, maybe you didn't go back to what it is that you were doing, because your focus was shifted to something that it didn't need to be focused on. Or maybe somebody persecuted you and they, all of a sudden this accusation just came from nowhere. This hostility came from nowhere. Like whatever it is that is like your thing, that between Satan and his program and his system and his Excel spreadsheet that says all your personal information and also includes a common a column that has a filter on it that says these are the things that it is that irritates this person, that are commonly used, in this world system by Satan's agents to be used as a weapon whenever is needed, whenever you're leaning too close in the right direction and you're needed to be pulled and drawn back into something that is ungodly. Okay, road rage doesn't work anymore. It worked in 2007, but it doesn't work anymore. So let's filter that out. Let's, use the drop down and we'll remove road rage. That's not an issue anymore. Or, bad service, just like whatever, persecution, accusations, just hostility, confrontation, whatever. But whatever it is, it's like when you're in that jam and you're in the flow with God and you're sitting in his presence and you're being intentional about it. All of these are just weapons to try to snap you out of it, especially if you're like really in the zone with it. You're speaking in tongues. You're maintaining the relationship, and now you're heading into another dimension. It is to pull you out. Go back in.